For decades, the United States reigned supreme, its economic and technological prowess unmatched. China, meanwhile, was perceived as a developing nation, slowly finding its footing. Yet, the 21st century has witnessed a seismic shift. China's rapid economic growth has taken the world by storm, propelling it to the forefront of the global stage. This transformation has left many Americans surprised, even bewildered, as they grapple with the reality of a rising China. China's rise is not merely about GDP figures. It's about tangible improvements in living standards. Cities like Shanghai and Shenzhen now boast futuristic skylines and cutting-edge infrastructure, rivaling, if not surpassing, their American counterparts. High-speed rail networks crisscross the country, connecting people and places with remarkable efficiency. In contrast, America's infrastructure, once a symbol of its might, is showing signs of age and neglect. This unexpected turn of events has sparked a global conversation. How did China manage to achieve such a remarkable transformation? What does this mean for the future of global power dynamics? And perhaps most importantly, how do the lived experiences of ordinary Chinese and American citizens compare in this new era? This essay delves into these questions, examining the realities of living in China and the United States in 2024. By comparing key aspects of daily life, from the cost of groceries to the quality of education, we aim to provide a nuanced understanding of these two global giants and the implications of their divergent paths. One of the most immediate differences between China and the US is the cost of living. While the US grapples with inflation and rising prices, China has managed to maintain relatively stable costs for many essential goods and services. This is particularly noticeable in everyday expenses like food and transportation. A simple meal at a local restaurant in China can cost a fraction of what it would in the US, and public transportation, especially in major cities, is remarkably affordable and efficient. However, this affordability comes with caveats. Wages in China, particularly for blue-collar jobs, remain lower than in the US. This means that while basic necessities might be cheaper, attaining a comparable standard of living can still be challenging for many Chinese citizens. Furthermore, imported goods and luxury items can be significantly more expensive in China due to import tariffs and taxes. The US, on the other hand, boasts higher wages and a wider availability of consumer goods. However, this comes at the cost of higher overall living expenses. Housing, healthcare, and education, in particular, can put a significant strain on American budgets. The cost of healthcare, in particular, is a major point of contention, with Americans often facing exorbitant medical bills that are unheard of in many other developed countries. Housing is another area where China and the US present stark contrasts. China's rapid urbanization has led to a surge in housing construction, particularly high-rise apartment buildings in major cities. This has increased housing availability, even in densely populated areas. However, affordability remains a challenge, especially in desirable city centers. The Chinese government has implemented policies to address this, including affordable housing schemes and restrictions on foreign ownership. In contrast, the US faces a different set of challenges. While homeownership is often seen as a cornerstone of the American dream, it has become increasingly out of reach for many, especially younger generations. Skyrocketing housing prices, fueled by factors like limited inventory and speculation, have made it difficult for many to enter the housing market. This is particularly acute in major cities like San Francisco and New York, where even renting a modest apartment can consume a significant portion of one's income. Rural areas in both countries present their own unique housing dynamics. In China, rural to urban migration has led to a decline in rural populations, resulting in a surplus of housing in some areas. However, the quality of this housing can vary greatly, and access to modern amenities may be limited. In the US, rural areas often offer more affordable housing options, but may lack the job opportunities and amenities found in urban centers. Healthcare is a critical aspect of any society's well-being, and here, China and the US diverge significantly. China has made remarkable strides in expanding healthcare coverage to its vast population. Through a combination of public and private insurance schemes, the majority of Chinese citizens now have access to basic healthcare services. However, challenges remain in terms of the quality and availability of specialized care, particularly in rural areas. Long wait times and overcrowding in hospitals are also common concerns. The US, despite being the world's largest economy, struggles with healthcare affordability and accessibility. While the Affordable Care Act expanded coverage to millions, millions more remain uninsured or underinsured. The high cost of healthcare, driven by factors like administrative complexity and pharmaceutical pricing, places a heavy burden on individuals and families. Moreover, access to quality healthcare can vary greatly depending on factors like location, income, and insurance coverage. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed the strengths and weaknesses of both systems. China's centralized approach enabled it to implement swift and stringent measures to contain the virus, while its public healthcare infrastructure played a crucial role in testing, tracing, and treatment. The US, with its decentralized healthcare system and individualistic culture, faced challenges in coordinating a unified response, leading to a higher number of cases and deaths.